the age-old question, how much time exactly should you spend training your dog? If you've ever Googled that question or asked a dog trainer, you've probably been hit with a wave of conflicting advice. 3 to 4 sessions per week, every single day, 3 times per day. And yet there's usually zero scientific backing for those magic numbers. It's no wonder you might be left feeling confused and even guilty, like you aren't doing enough, you should be doing more. Well, I'm here to remove that pressure from your shoulders today. There is such a thing as overtraining. And if you're a busy dog owner who feels like there aren't enough hours in the day, you're going to love this episode. I'm answering the big questions. How often should you train your dog? How long should training sessions be? And most importantly, how can you save time while making maximum progress? Hi, it's Katie, dog fanatic, coffee addict, and your guide to stress-free dog walks. If your dog pulls on the lead, barks, lunges, ignores your recall, or wants to say hello to everyone and everything, you're in the right place. There are such simple things you can do to make your dog calm down, listen to you, and behave like a superstar. Nothing will boost your confidence quicker so that you can enjoy relaxing walks with a dog you're proud of. Welcome to Stress-Free Dog Walks. Chances are, if you have a dog that pulls on the lead, barks, lunges, or ignores you, you've probably spent at least a little bit of time wishing there was a quick fix. But realistically, you've already worked out that there isn't one. There's no such thing as a quick fix in dog training. But the good news is there are quick wins. And there's so much you can do to streamline the process and make progress faster without burning out or wasting your precious evenings on long, arduous training sessions. Okay, first of all, how often to train? This is where you will hear a lot of pretty alarming advice. So let's look at what the research actually says, because yes, we do have studies on this. One study found that dogs who were trained just 1 to 2 times per week actually did significantly better than those that trained daily. This was actually backed up in a second study that found dogs who were trained once a week learned the exercise in fewer training sessions than dogs who were trained 5 times a week. This is likely because spaced out training gives dogs time to process what they've learned. So 1 to 2 times per week is the optimal frequency to train, according to the research. But here's the rub. These studies focused on dogs learning one single training task in a laboratory. In real life, things are never that simple. Say your dog pulls, barks, and lunges on walks. There are several skills they need to learn to calm down, focus on you, and walk nicely. It would take months to train each skill separately. So while the research shows that 1 to 2 sessions per week works beautifully for single task learning, when you're juggling multiple skills at once, you might need to train each skill once per week, which obviously adds up to more sessions and more training time. So how can you balance this real life, real world training schedule with the need for your dog to process and absorb what they've learned? The answer is with good quality sleep and rest. Sleep is absolutely essential for memory and learning. So optimizing your dog's sleep helps them retain what they've learned, making your training sessions more efficient and ultimately reducing the time you need to spend training. In the Roadmap to Stress-Free Walks program, our members train their dogs in several skills at once, so it doesn't take them months to acquire. We've designed an implementation schedule that doesn't overload their dogs and ensures they're always making progress. There was one other interesting point from the study on how often you should train. However frequently these dogs were trained, they still remembered the task a month later. And that tells us that once your dog has learned something, you don't need to spend bags of time on constant refreshers. So that's good news too. Second big question dog owners ask, how long should each dog training session last? Well, as much as we'd all love a neat numerical answer, the truth is that it's not that simple. In the same study we mentioned earlier, the one that found that 1 to 2 training sessions per week was more effective than training daily, it also found, no surprise, that shorter sessions outperformed longer ones. But the duration of a training session wasn't counted in minutes, but in the number of repetitions. So imagine you're training your dog to sit. The duration is however long it takes your dog to do, say, 6 reps, not 1 minute. That's because repetitions give a more accurate picture of how much actual learning is happening. Say you and a friend might both spend an hour reading, but you might finish the whole book in that time while your friend only gets through 3 chapters. Measuring by minutes wouldn't reflect how much either of you actually read. Dog training reps are like those chapters. They show how much was covered, not just how long you sat there. In the study, 1 session per day equaled 6 reps. 3 sessions back to back equaled 18 reps. 6 reps outperformed 18. So the research has concluded that short durations are more effective than long. Again though, that's all very well if you're training something in a laboratory, but in real life things are a lot more complex. Let's say you're working on calmness when the doorbell rings. 1 rep might include hearing the bell, moving to their bed, and staying there while someone enters. Compare that to something like recall, where you can do several reps quickly with little exertion on the brain. 1 doorbell training rep takes a longer duration of time and more mental effort packed into 1 single go. So counting reps alone doesn't account for the complexity or emotional difficulty of the behaviour you're training, so I don't think it's always a useful measure. Way more important than the number of reps or number of minutes when you're asking how long a dog training session should be is to watch your dog, not the clock. It was like my dog Fifi could have trained all day. Lau, on the other hand, hit his limit pretty quickly. Same environment, same training, but his brain would just frazzle out much faster, and we see that all the time. Your signs to watch out for that suggest the training session is too long: frustration, starting with the early stress signals such as lip licking, yawning, or turning away. Club Dogwood, this is everything from the Speaking Your Dog's Language course. Another sign to look for is performance decreasing. They were nailing a cue earlier and now they're slow, distracted, or getting it wrong. That's your signal to stop and let their brain cool off with a snooze. This is one of the reasons I'm not a huge fan of traditional face-to-face training. Those 45-minute sessions are very long if they're not handled properly by a pro who is savvy to all of this. Bottom line, when asking how long training sessions should be, read the signs and pay attention to what your dog is telling you. Now I have 3 practical time-saving tips for you. Tip number 1, be prepared. Keep containers of treats around the house. Put a sticky note on the box with the name of the activity that you're working on that week. Keep 1 container next to the kettle, grab a few treats when you put the kettle on to boil, and practice reps until the treats in your hand are gone. Also keep a container next to the door and practice when you come in from a walk or in from the garden if you have one. This is called habit linking. When you link training to routines that are already part of your day, it becomes automatic. No need to find time, you're building it in effortlessly and you know you're getting enough practice. That's habit linking. Time-saving tip number 2, make walks your practice ground. Integrate the training into your everyday walks. After all, that's where the problems happen, not in a training class or a once-a-week home visit. This is the real-life approach to training. And Club Dogwood members say it's the best way to achieve long-lasting results. Out there on your everyday walks, weaved into your everyday life. So practice training out there on walks. Not only is this style of learning most efficient, which saves you time in the long run, but you'd be walking your dog anyway. So you're doubling up training and walking, saving time. Finally, tip number 3, prioritize calmness. A calm brain learns faster. I created the Calm First approach because when your dog is calm, they learn faster. Training sessions are more productive and then they retain that learning more effectively, meaning less time needs to be spent on training. And a happy side effect is that all the problems get easier to handle, not just the main one, because your dog is in a positive, healthy state of mind. For example, your main problem might be reactivity, but by helping your dog feel calm, you can also improve, say, loose lead walking, separation anxiety, barking at the window, etc. When you can make progress in multiple areas at once, you'll save time in the long run. Calm first, training second. All right, the research is clear. Short, spaced out sessions are more effective than long, back-to-back training. Fewer mistakes, better learning, and strong long-term memory, even with minimal refreshers. Of course, real life isn't about training just one basic task. You're probably working on several behaviours at once, so just pay attention to your individual dog to determine what what's right for them. Look for signals like frustration, that's your cue to make sessions shorter. And always optimize your dog's sleeping schedule and sleeping environment, because good quality sleep makes learning more efficient, ultimately reducing the amount of time you need to spend on it. And to make the most of your time, remember these 3 time-saving tips. Keep boxes of treats handy and link training to everyday habits like boiling the kettle. Take the real-life approach to training, integrate it into your everyday walks. It gets the most out of the time you have with your dog, and it's addressing where the problem is actually occurring. And always, always, always remember, calm first. Everything becomes easier when your dog is calm. All right, let me know if this was helpful. Leave a comment, or if you're listening on podcast, please leave a rating and review. I'd love to hear how you implement what we discussed today. I'm Katie Guastapaglia, and you can connect with me on Instagram at Dogwood Adventure Play or inside Club Dogwood. You'll find show notes and any links I mentioned over at stressfreedogwalks.com. Remember, no one piece of advice will magically fix your dog. You'll get the best results when you combine what we talked about today with the low stress Scent Venture lifestyle. Advice and opinions are our own. I'm a dog training and behaviour specialist, but I may not be your dog training or behaviour specialist, so do your own research before implementing anything you hear on the show. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with another dog owner who could use a dose of calm and confidence in their lives too. Sharing is the best way to make the world a better place for the dogs we love so much. Oh, wait. Before you go, I would love to send you a copy of my Calm Canine Blueprint completely free as a gift. All you have to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment Calm Canine below, because it really helps other dog owners find the support that they need too. The blueprint is my 10-page plan where I'll give you the big picture of everything that's needed to create a calm, relaxed dog. So if you're wondering, yes, I would love to have a chill dog who listens to me, but where do I even start? Well, this is it. This is where you start. It also includes a soothing, calming audio track for you and your dog to listen to together. And so it's ideal for winding down after a stressful day, a difficult walk, or preparing your dog to switch off for the evening. When you're calm, your dog naturally mirrors your energy. It's one of our best audios, but I will unlock access for you for free, along with the entire blueprint. I know, crazy, I know. So just like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment Calm Canine below. Take a screenshot of your comment and then head over to stressfreedogwalks.com/comment to upload it. And then I'll send you the Calm Canine Blueprint and audio track free. Again, head over to stressfreedogwalks.com/comment to upload your screenshot and get access. Thanks so much for all your support, and I can't wait to hear how the show has helped you.